Okay guys, this is the last part of the revision videos. This revision is about chapter 3 of your book, which is the last chapter which will be covered in your exam. In this chapter, as you remember, we talked about it inside the class. It's about the effects of using IT. IT in our life has been widely spread. I mean, we are using the IT devices and technologies most of the times in our daily life, and we don't know it, guys. Whenever we hear the word IT, or let's say digital devices, a kind of microprocessor control device we mean. I mean, the device is somehow controlling by a chip, by a digital part inside it, so we can, or let's say computer can control its action. When we say microprocessor control, we mean that some type of the computers. For example, guys, when we are using our phones, it has a microprocessor, or let's say a computer inside. Or when we are using the self-driving cars, we are using the microprocessor controls. Or even though some more examples like smartwatch, they are microprocessor controls. It means that there is a chip or microprocessor inside the device that is controlling it. They are affecting in our daily life in too many ways, in our lifestyle, in our leisure time. It means that in our fun time, or let's say the time we want to have fun with our family, with our friends, for our physical fitness, for our data security, for the social interaction. By the social interaction, it means that, for example, when you are using the video calls or chatting with your friends in your phone, you are somehow interacting with your friends in the social life. If you don't have the phone, you should go and directly see him or see your friend, meet them, and then talk. But by using the IT devices, you don't need to do it, and you are doing it in a digital way. And always remember, for this chapter, we have just two main groups of the microprocessor control devices. Just two groups. First one, and the group one, is the labor-saving devices. Example of the labor-saving devices. By the way, by the labor-saving, we mean that it's somehow helping, or let's say make the job for the workers easier. For example, if you don't have the washing machine, or let's say automatic washing machine, it's an example of labor-saving devices. If you don't have it, you should wash your clothes by the hands. But you simply put it inside the washing machine and you use it. Microwave ovens that you may have it and in your home, or you're using it already. Cookers, automatic dishwashers, and robotic vacuum cleaners. It means that some automatic cleaners in your home, you may use it already. They are digital, they are smart, they can do the cleaning automatically. Some bread making machines, some smart fridge and freezers. They have screen, they have the microprocessor, you can control it. And the second group, which is the other devices, includes too many things that we are daily using it in our life. It's not helping the workers, but we use it a lot. For example, the television sets. It's not helping the workers, but we use it as a fun. Or even the alarm clocks. You can use a manual clock too, but we are using the IT, or let's say digital or microprocessor control devices as the alarm clocks. For example, as I said, the smartwatch. And also in central heating systems and air conditions, or home entertainment systems, some fun system for the homes, and mobile phones and tablets that we all already are using it. And also IT devices they are using by the government, by the people of the government in transportation, in moving in our daily life. Let's say, for example, if you want to take the bus or use the train, you can see in so many countries they have the trains. They control the train by the microprocessor, by the let's say digital or computers. Now, how they are using and monitoring these transportations. Always remember, for the transportation, by the transportation we mean that buses, cars, trains, airplanes, and too many other things, everything that is somehow moving, and we can put a microprocessor to control it. If we can control it, we can monitor it and control it too. It means that we can monitor and analyze the movement of the transportation. Some example of this of monitoring the transportations. These are important for your own knowledge and your exam too. And first one is the monitoring on traffic of your motorways. Monitoring of traffic on the motorways. It means that whatever that is moving and it has a motor inside, we can monitor the traffic. For example, the motorcycles, the cars, and the vans, the buses. Congestion zone monitoring, as I said, it means that by congestion zone we mean a place that it has a lot of traffic. We can monitor the places that it has a lot of traffic with the microprocessor. Automatic number plate recognition, or ANPR, is another example. They are automatically detecting, or let's say analyzing the plate numbers or car numbers. Another example can be automatic control of traffic lights. For example, you go to the crossroad, you see the red lights, you stay. They are automatically controlled by a microprocessor. Or air traffic system, air traffic control system. If for example, in our country, in the sky, maybe there are too many airplanes, they are just flying at the same time, but they should be controlled in a way that there wouldn't be any kind of accident. So we can control this air traffic system by the microprocessors too. Also, in the railways, we have some signaling system that somehow is signal, or let's say alert the trains to what to do, or for example, if the road is closed, if they should decrease, or let's say go slower. They are somehow signaling in the railways too by the help of the microprocessor controlled devices. As we explained, trains can be controlled by the microprocessors. We can just put some microprocessor inside the train, or even though in the railway, to control and to monitor and to have the better experience of the transportation, or let's say better experience by traveling with the train. And we can schedule the timetable, or let's say the time that they are traveling, they are moving, starting from station to the time that they are reaching to the destination. Guys, when we say transport, as I said, we mean too many different type of the transport. For example, trains, for example, buses, for example, vans, cars, even though airplanes. There are different type of the transportation vehicles. Now we can, by the help of the microprocessors, we can somehow control, or let's say driving them without the need of a driver. When we say without the need of a driver, we mean that there is no driver. They are driverless. When we say driverless, autonomous is the meaning of driverless, or we can say driverless or autonomous devices, or autonomous vehicles are type of the vehicles are type of the vehicles they don't have a driver inside. For example, Tesla cars or too many other brand of the cars, they are driving without a driver. In some countries they have a taxi, and this taxi, it doesn't have any driver. You call the taxi, taxi comes to you, you enter the car, and there is no driver inside the car. But how they are doing it? They are using microprocessors. We can say this definition is important. They are very complex robots. They are very complex robots, and they are using sensors, cameras, actuators, and microprocessors to control or to carry their actions. For example, when we say autonomous cars, we mean a very complex robot that it uses the sensors, cameras, actuators, and microprocessors to control where it is going. As you see inside the picture, these cars are able to detect the other cars, detect the road. They can change the gear, go faster, go slower, or maybe turn the steering wheel, go left, go right, or even though maybe they can apply the brakes. It means that they can stop by themselves. If they see that they are too close to the next car, they are going to apply the brakes and they are going to stop. And we have also by the way, by the actuators, these actuators, the meaning is not important for you guys to know, but in case you want to know the meaning of the actuators are some type of devices. They change the electronic, or let's say electricity energy to a physical energy. They are type of the devices or parts. They are used in the autonomous vehicles, for example autonomous cars. Also, as we said, we have autonomous trains, autonomous or driverless trains. Guys, one of the most common reason, one of the most causes of the train crashes, or let's say train accidents, are the humans. There are too many accidents reported by the human mistakes. A driver is driving the train, maybe he or she will sleep, maybe he or she is using the phone and is not it's not careful about the way that they are going, so there might be a chance of a crash or accident. By the help of the autonomous systems, it means driverless systems, we don't need the driver, so we use again sensors, cameras, actuators, and onboard microprocessors. By the onboard we mean that it's inside the train, and it's the same as the cars. They are similarly, the autonomous system or driverless system, it works similar to the cars. We have also autonomous or pilotless airplanes. By the pilotless we mean that there is no pilot, there is no driver. As you guys already know, pilot is the name of the driver of the airplanes. These autopilot or autonomous airplanes, they are helping a lot of mistakes during the trip. But normally in these days, when you're traveling with the airplane, you go to the airport, a human pilot only control the airplane during the takeoff. It means that during the time they want to start moving and they want to go to the sky, and landing, it means that the time they want to sit on the airplane or they reach to their destination. Now only these two times, these days they are using the human pilots. During the time that we are traveling with the airplane on the sky, they use always autonomous or pilotless airplanes. These let's say pilotless or autonomous system, it uses a really extensive use of the sensors, actuators, and microprocessors. It's the same as those other types, is the same as the other types, but they are using more usage. I mean, they are the amount of use, the amount of the application they are applying to these sensors, to the actuators and microprocessors is much more than compared to the other type of the autonomous vehicles. And one last subject for this chapter 3 of your book is the effect of using IT for a long time. When you are using IT for a long time, you may have some problems. You may have some problems. For example, you may have some back and neck pain. You may have some back and neck pain. These type of the pain, I mean back and neck pain, normally it's because of the sitting, or let's say sitting in front of the computer for a long time. It means, guys, you are playing a game, you are playing a game for a long time, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then you feel some pain in your back or in neck. What we can do to control it, you can use adjustable chairs to sit straight. It means that you're sitting in a straight line instead of just sitting uncontrolled, or let's say curved behind the in front of the computer. Also, we have some type of the damage or pains in our fingers and in our wrists when we are using the keyboards and mouses for a long time. When we are using the keyboards and mouses for a long time, we may have some pain in our fingers and in our wrists. It's called repetitive strain injury, or RSI. What we can do to stop it, we can somehow correct our posture. We can somehow change the type of a keyboard to organic keyboard. We can take regular breaks, and we can use some type of the wrist rest. It means that a place that we can rest, or let's say relax our wrist for a while, because of using keyboards or mouses for a long time. Also, we can use some voice activated softwares. For example, guys, you can in your computers you have some voice control assistants. If you plug in a microphone to your computers, you can somehow reduce, or let's say use your keyboards and mouses less compared to the normal situation. We have also some pain in the eye, or eye strain. It's because of the staring at the computer screen for a long time. It means that we are using the computer screen for a long time, or the light of the room is not correct and it's not enough. It causes some eye pain or eye strain. What we can do to stop it, again, we can take some regular breaks. It means that when we are working, stop working for a while, take a rest, and then continue working. Or we can use anti-glare screens if the lighting is not correct. Anti-glare screens, they are helping to have a correct type of the light of the or let's say reflection of your screen. And also, what we can do else, we can have eye test regularly to be sure that our eyes are working fine and we are not going to have any problem in our eyes. One of the most common disease, or let's say problems for using a computer for so long is headaches. It's because of the incorrect lighting, or reflection of the screen. Sometimes your monitor is not balanced, is not controlled, and it's reflecting too much light to your eyes, so you can have headaches. Sometimes we have flickering screen, guys. By the flickering screen, it means that monitor is just keep turning on and off, on and off. This kind of flickering, we call it flickering screen. these kind of flickering string, they can cause headaches. What we can do to stop headaches, or let's say this type of a problem of using the computers for so long, we can use again anti-glare screen, or we can use the breaks. We can take regular breaks to stop headaches. Also we can, it's the same guys, if you notice, for the headaches and for the eye strain, we are using, or we are recommending the same type of the recommendation. Whatever that it works or it helps for the eye strain, it works for the headaches too. The last one we have, when we are using the laser printers, in our office, we may see some problems in our skin, in our skin. It means that maybe redness, or let's say some type of skin problem, or sometimes respiratory problems. By this respiratory, it means that we have some problem in breathing, taking the air in and taking the air out, you know. This respiratory, or let's say breathing problems, they can caused by the laser printers. What we can do to stop it, we can use the proper ventilation. By ventilation, guys, we mean that we somehow use some of the fans on other devices to change the air regularly. And also we can put the laser printers in a separate or designated room. We can change to using inkjet printers, that they are using the colors, they are using the inks instead of the lasers. Guys, this is all you need to know about this chapter 3, and just check the exam style questions. It's already uploaded on your system, and the answer of these questions in your book is already in the Google Classroom.